All right, for this video, we're going to go over 2C on the 1.1 to 1.8 review. So we have to solve for x, and this is called the literal equation. Maybe it's not called the literal equation, but it has more than one variable, and we're trying to isolate x. So first thing I'm going to do is get rid of the denominators by multiplying by the LCD. So the LCD, the least common denominator, is going to be 3x because we only have two denominators and they are both relatively prime, which means they have no common factors. And we don't know what x is, so we the only factors of x we can assume is just x and 1. So we're going to multiply everything by 3x. So when I do that, if I multiply both sides of the equation by 3x, all right, I get 3x times 2b minus 3x times 4a over x equals 3x times 1/3 would just be x times 12a minus 3. So we're not distributing this to both factors here. This is really like three things being multiplied together. So like 1, 2, and 3. And I'm just pairing these up because 1/3 over 3 is just 1. And that's how I get 1x right there. All right, so now I'm going to simplify that a little bit. So now this becomes 6xb, that term right there. Here, these will cancel out, and I get negative 12a. All right, equals, and then distribute the x, I get 12ax minus 3x. Okay, so just like any equation with fractions, the first thing I did was get rid of the denominators by multiplying everything by the least common multiple of the denominators. Now I have to solve for x, and we have to isolate x. But the issue is x comes up in three different terms, and they aren't like terms, so you can't add them. So the simplest solution would be to get all the terms with x on one side of the equation. So that means I just got to bring this over. And then factor out the x. So I get negative 12a is equal to x times, then we factor it out. 12a minus 3 minus 6b. All right, so it's sort of like if I had like 7x plus 3x equals, say, 20. All right, what would I do? I would combine those two and then divide by 10. Well, when you combine those two, what you're doing is you're adding the coefficients and then multiplying it by x. So it's sort of like you're factoring out an x. You just do this step in your head because you know what 7 plus 3 is. All right, in this case, we don't know what 12a or b are, so we have to leave that expression like that. But other than that, it's the same process. We're just adding up all the coefficients. And that's the best we could do at simplifying it. All right, so then we're going to divide both sides by 12a minus 3 minus 6b. 12a minus 3 minus 6b. All right, and that cancels out. And then this would be our answer. The only issue is it could be simplified more because all those coefficients are divisible by 3. So, I mean, you could factor out a 3 over 3. So you can make this 3 times negative 4a over 3 times 4a minus 1 minus 2b. So I factor out 3 in the numerator and the denominator, cancel that out. All right, and then that would be your final answer. All right, another way to express it would be to multiply everything by a negative 1 to get rid of the negative. So you get 4a over negative 4a plus 1 plus 2b. So this is also another acceptable answer. All right.